So in this video, we'll take an example of a G+1 building, and then we'll create the entire OBPS layers, polygons and everything, and get this drawing scrutinized and accepted according to the ODA bylaws. So the first thing that you see here, we have the base drawing ready with us. At this point, there is no OBPS layers, polygons or anything created. All of this is part of the base drawing itself. The layer name and color code is as per the architect or technical person's consultancy firm, their own practice. So the naming could be anything. We are not concerned with this. Now, before moving ahead with the creation of the OBPS layer, let's just try to scrutinize this base drawing only without any OBPS layers and see how the scrutiny report is generated and what all things that we have to do. So I'll just quickly scrutinize this drawing, base drawing only. As you can see, the system has given the message that the plan is not accepted. And if you open the scrutiny report, we see that no field has been populated. Everything is coming out to be empty. There is no built-up area or floor area mentioned because the system is not able to read any of the OBPS features because we have not drawn any OBPS layers inside it. So all the information that is captured is zero. There is no value against it. And if you see the error summary that we have here, as I had mentioned earlier, if you see this message in your scrutiny report, that means that this is the priority that you have to take, and these are the four things that you have to check in your drawing. And so there are some important aspects that you have to take care when you are scrutinizing the drawing. And this message shows that there might be something wrong with these 4 points. So you have to rectify the issues that are mentioned in these 4 points. That is the plan info not present, building footprint layer not present, and the built up area layer. It either must be missing or the color code should be wrong. And only after you rectify these 4 points, then you should go to the next errors and all. So if we go back to the drawing, so right now we have two options. Either we make all the OBPS layers according to our bylaw provisions, get every aspect completed in terms of OBPS layers, color codes, all the bylaw provisions, any kind of components, including building height, everything. Otherwise, what we can do is we can make only the mandatory layers first that is actually required for the system to start scrutinizing. And after you make only the mandatory layers, you can upload this drawing into the auto scrutiny and see what all provisions you are actually required to make for your project. So we can do the scrutiny initially even at the concept stage and identify what all bylaw provisions are applicable for our project. So only just by making these 4 polygons, you'll be able to actually start scrutinizing your drawing. And the 4 polygons are first is the plan info, the information that you put in. Then we have the plot boundary. Then we have the building footprint and built up area layers. So after you make the plan info, plot boundary, building footprint, and built up area layer, the system actually starts scrutinizing. And once it identifies the project you are making, it can actually give you information related to your bylaw provision. So it's an efficient way for you to make the drawing and make any changes according to the bylaw provisions in real time. So what I'll do is I'll just copy the plan info, paste it in my drawing, and then start filling in all the required questions. If any question is not applicable to my project, I'll just provide the value as NA. Otherwise, you have to fill in all the answers in this plan info question. So to save time, I've already gone ahead and answered each of these questions. But if you have any queries related to the plan info section, you can refer to the video tutorial on plan info. The next thing that we have to do is we have to make the plot boundary polygon. For that, I'll just copy the plot boundary from drawing template. Then match the property of the template polygon that I brought in. As you can see, we have the plot boundary now. The next thing that we need is to bring in the building footprint layer. And similarly, I'll just match the properties. So we have brought in the block 1 level 0 building footprint, and then we'll just change the color code according to the project that we are making. So this is a residential detached project, so the color code is 11. Now, after putting in the plan info, plot boundary, and building footprint, we can go to the last component that is mandatory for the system to actually start scrutinizing. So that is the building built up area layer. So I'll just go to the floor plan section and copy built up area layer for floor 0 and floor 1. I'm making a polygon. Now, because I've made the polygon and not a rectangle, so I have to go ahead and close the polyline also. So I'll just click the polygon that I made using the command pl enter, use the polyline that I made, and I'll use the command called pedit, pedit, and then c enter for close. So as you can see, we have successfully closed our polygon. The next thing, I just match the property, and we have our block 1 floor 0 built up area layer made, and the color code is correct. It is 11. Similarly, I'll make the same for floor 1. match the properties, and then use the command pedit. So as you can see, even though we have not yet started preparing other provisions like building height, uh, room height and staircase and everything, we have made the mandatory layers that the system needs to actually start scrutinizing your drawing. So let's save this drawing and upload it and try to scrutinize this drawing, and let's see what message is coming. I'll upload the new drawing that we prepared with only the 4 mandatory OBPS polygons and layers. The messages drawing is not accepted. Let's download the report and see what is the message that is coming in. So as you can see, the difference between the two scrutiny reports that we generated is there was no information that was filled in when we did the drawing scrutiny for only the base drawing. But even after making only 4 polygons and plan info, we have maximum information provided uh, inside the drawing. So all these provisions are coming from the drawing, and it is based on the plan info, the information that you filled in. We are actually getting the built up area for your project. The system is able to identify the project as residential plotted, and it is giving the built up area and floor area for each floor. And we have other provisions also like FAR, all of these information. And after doing this, we can actually concentrate on the provisions that we have to make. So as you can see, we have the next thing that we have to do is we have to make the plantation tree cover. This is the feature that we have to make next, so that this number of trees provision will be accepted. We are missing the rainwater harvesting. We have to provide it according to the bylaws because of our plot area. Then we need to make the doorways on each floor. We have the sanitation uh, feature that we have to make, the water closet and bath. And similarly, we haven't provided the setback polygons as of now. And if you see in the errors, we have a multiple errors that is coming in. We have not prepared the coverage area. Building height is not provided. General staircase is not provided. And then north direction and roof area is not provided. So as you can see, instead of waiting till the end and preparing all the polygons and layer names and everything, we can actually go ahead and only make the 4 provisions that we need, that are plan info, plot boundary, built up area and building footprint, and actually then scrutinize the drawing and identify what all features are required in this project. And then uh, in that sense, we can actually save a lot of time and be efficient in preparing our OBPS drawing. So in the next video, we'll complete the remaining aspects that we have not made right now, and we'll scrutinize the drawing and get it accepted.